Jack Savage with talkSPORT, here with Jason Bell. Jason, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? Good to see you again.
Likewise, how's it going?
It's going well, man. Just, back in the NFL grind. Can't wait for this weekend of fun and action.
Let's do it. Week 9, about the halfway point now.
Week 9.
17 games now, so I'm not sure where exactly that halfway point
it's like
is.
0.5.
0.5.
But you're right. It's flying by, it feels like. So exciting, though. Things are shaking out, but yet we still are looking to see who's going to be the dominant players in the league.
We march on. So let's start with last night, real quick. Garrett Wilson's catch. What do you got?
I was just talking to my brother on the way up here, and he said, this is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen. And I'd have to say he's right. When you think about how some of these top receivers are attacking the ball in the air, it's phenomenal. And the way he went up, he looked like Michael Jordan on the shoes. It was unbelievable. And for that to happen in New York, right? That's an iconic moment that you'll always be remembered for. And the Jets needed that, man. They needed the win, and they needed a performance like that from him. So, Garrett Wilson, man, the play of the year so far.
Play of the year. All right, let's talk some Denver Broncos. Bo Nix is coming off a offensive rookie of the month.
Yeah.
And he has them at 5-3, currently 5th in the playoff picture. Some can say it's a little surprising, especially how Nix started off in September, a little rocky, as a rookie is. But what can you make of Bo up to this point and just the improvement since a couple weeks ago to now?
Well, you want to see the improvement. That's the key with any player, but especially a rookie quarterback. Sean Payton is coach, obviously his coordinator. If anybody can teach you how to play quarterback, it's him. So he's evolved because of that. I like the offense. It's fitting around his skill set. He gets rid of the ball quickly, and when he does push the ball down the field, he's efficient. He's believing in what he's seeing, which is the key as a young quarterback. And, because the way this defense is playing, they're putting him in a position to go out there where he doesn't have to carry the team. They can run the ball. So it's just about everything around him. And when you look about a young quarterback and why they're successful, it's usually that.
So he got Offensive Rookie of the Month. He played Carolina, New Orleans. Yeah. Not, huge tests. But the next 2 weeks are at Baltimore, at Kansas City. So the level of competition is going to increase just ever so slightly. What would you like to see out of him and the Broncos these next 2 weeks?
Well, shoot, he's got a hard one this week, right? But you want to see what they can do, man. I'm really excited to see this defense, this Broncos defense versus Baltimore's offense. This is going to be a clash of titans, man. Both of them are really good. I like the defensive backs. I think Patrick Surtain is one of the best corners in the game. I like the other corner Riley Moss. So Allen, defensive lineman, he's getting after it. So I really want to see this matchup. That's what it's all about. So we're going to see exactly who they are. They're going to try to get after Bo Nix, but if he can have success versus the secondary of the Ravens. So, it's a great game, but you're right. You can only play who's in front of you, but this matchup is going to say a lot about these teams.
Are you buying Nix and the Broncos as contenders right now, or will you come back to me in 2 weeks?
I got to buy them now because that's what it looks like. But this is a matchup. At this point of the season, you're starting to morph into your identity. Bo Nix is playing well, which is the key. They're improving. So if they go out and win this game, we have to talk about them like that because they've beaten one of the strongholds in the AFC if they can go out there and dominate against the Ravens.
All right, let's go to the NFC, arguably the game of the week. Packers, Lions. Jordan Love's status still up in the air. He hasn't practiced this week, but they're leaving the door open for him, so we'll see if he ends up playing. But last week, we hit on the Lions. We talked about Goff, his MVP-like level of play. So let's focus on the Packers. 6-2. What have you seen out of them so far? What do you like about them?
First of all, on defense, Xavier McKinney is balling out of control. Who knew that defense was going to play like that? But they are.
It's been a while since we've seen that in Green Bay.
Exactly. I like what they're doing at the line of scrimmage, bringing pressure right there. But, causing turnovers is the key. That's why I feel like this offense, led by Jordan Love, can be aggressive because they know that defense can get the ball back. But when you look at the way Matt LaFleur is calling plays right now, it's phenomenal. Some of the best play calling on offense I've seen in a long time. Just the way he can adjust to whoever's at the quarterback position has been key. The way it looks, when I look at play calling, does it tell a story throughout the game? And that's how it feels watching him. And, Jordan Love with those receivers and those playmakers, man, like Jalen Reed, he's not scared to push the ball down the field. And Jacobs at running back is so solid right now. So overall, they got a great team, and they fit each other well offensively and defensively, and their identity is clear. You just want Jordan Love to stay on the field.
That will be the key for the Packers going the rest of the way, seeing as he's already missed time. All right, so I kind of want to go off the reservation a little bit and talk about your career specifically. It's week 9, the ebbs and flows of the season.
Yeah.
So can you just speak of, specifically teammates you've had? You've played with a list of who's who, the Emmitt Smiths, Eli Mannings, Plaxico Burress, Michael Strahans, Andre Johnsons. Like, you've played with some of the best that the league has ever seen. Do you have any, fun stories or anecdotes of guys where, the long season kind of wore on you? Like, who are some of the fun guys just to be around that provided, a spark or whatnot?
Oh, man, I always say you got to protect the guilty. So that is always how I approach everything. But, yeah, the season is a grind. What's funny is I was thinking the other day, Antonio Pierce, head coach from the Raiders, true leader, man, was our inside linebacker, grew up with him, so been a long-time friend of Antonio. And his birthday was in October. It's always been in October. And he used to have a party every year for his birthday. And, he would give us flyers and invite us to the birthday. And, it was a great time. And all I remember is we go to the party, and the next day our defensive coordinator was like looking at us, all of us closely, like, who was out last night, scanning the room. And he's like, who was at the middle linebacker's birthday party last night? Nobody put their hands up, because you're not going to. He's like, so none of you guys, want to hang out with your middle linebacker, the captain? And we're just all holding it in because we can't tell on ourselves. But I mean, it's just stuff like that, having things like that in the middle of the year where, you're grinding every day, but having that time you can spend with your teammates and celebrate, especially a birthday like that, was really important. And I'm glad Antonio used to do stuff like that, because it used to help us, man. We used to all get together, spend that little time, and go back to our business on the field. It was the time we spent off the field that made us better on. I'm going to raise my hand now. I was at that party.
You heard it. Jason was at that party. All right, lastly, we'll go back to the games that are happening real quick. Talk about a vibe switch in Cleveland. We see Deshaun Watson goes out for the year.
Yeah.
Insert Jameis Winston. They beat the Ravens. It was a full Jameis performance with the ups and the downs, and they came out with an incredible win. Can you talk about being in that locker room? What that would feel like going from Watson to Winston?
Well, when it comes to Jameis Winston, you tell everybody really enjoys him and respects him, loves playing with him, because he's authentic. Like, he is who he is. He's not putting on a mask at all. That is exactly how he is and what he is. And as players, that's what we want. We spend so much time together. Like, we want you to be authentic. And Jameis is that, and he's aggressive. He fits this offense. This offense is built on running the ball and taking shots down the field. That's Jameis Winston. And the defense knows, hey, if we get a stop, we got a guy who's going to attack the ball down the field and get some chunk plays, which can give us hope and give us life. What you see by their response and the way they're playing is that it was a quarterback position that was holding them back. Now that there's a change, there's going to be a culture shift where they don't have to deal with any of that stuff around Deshaun Watson and who or what he is. And now they can just focus on winning games. The quarterback was not playing good. Jameis Winston is playing better, and he gives them a spark. And you see why teams have to make changes like that. If you're going to lose the locker room, things have to happen. Now, this change happened because of injury, but you see the ramifications of him on the field. It's looking productive so far.
All right, lastly, we talked about Antonio Pierce, birthday in October. Do you think that he had a big birthday party?
He got a lot of birthday messages. He did not have a big birthday party. I sent him some messages. A lot of us put it up there, but he's
being a head coach.
He's locked in, man. He's locked in. Not a lot of time when you're the head coach. It's amazing. I don't know how they get anything else done in life. They are in the tunnel, and they better not look at the light.
All right. Don't look at the light. There you go. I'm Jack Savage. That is the Jason Bell. Jason, thanks so much.
Stay out of the light.